I assume you've already watched some other videos on Baby Audio Atoms, maybe the one by Baby Audio themselves or the one by Alex Reed. So I won't go into details of how this new synth by Baby Audio works. Atoms, a physical modeling synth. I'll just talk about my opinions and my thoughts and my workflow with it. So the most important thoughts first. I think the main reason why the synth hasn't gotten only stellar reviews and White Noise and Alex Reed and my opinion as well is maybe a bit mixed on it is because it doesn't do as much as I expected. I want to say right off the bat, I think it sounds pretty good. Maybe even great, but it can't do the range of sounds I would have expected from a physical modeling synth by Baby Audio, and even though it can do a quite wide range of sounds, it's not that intuitive to actually explore it with this synth. It all feels a bit random when I do something. Let's have a quick look at the interface. For example, this chaos knob is one of the main ways you can shape the sound, and when you use it, it actually feels a bit random. The controls might be simple, but I have more fun programming sounds when I can kind of guess the outcome. I have to interject really quickly here. It's not actually that big of a deal. Like, you can learn what the different knobs do and expect what result you're going to get, but I feel some sort of disconnect. It's difficult to explain exactly. I don't really feel like I'm controlling the synth directly, which I'm not. It's more like macro knobs, right? But that's just what's leading to a bit of a disconnect, I feel. I tried to make a whole song using this plugin. This electric harp is the first preset I thought I might want to use there. Other people have talked about this as well. Using the UI of this plugin is quite resource intensive, more so than with any other plugin I've encountered. The second sound I thought might be interesting is this Reese bass, and I added it to this first loop I did with some drums. I wasn't fully convinced at that point. For now, let's maybe look at this little create new variation based on current settings button, because this Reese bass is maybe in the right direction of what I wanted, but it's not exactly there. So let's hit that a couple of times. I wasn't that into this idea anymore of like when I started writing the song, I wasn't that into this idea anymore. So I got rid of these two tracks that I started out with, only kept the drums because I kind of like those. I found this sound that also sounds pretty cool. Sounds a bit like a mellotron. I added some effects to it, like the smooth operator to control the muddiness of it a bit, an equalizer to brighten it up a bit. I added this bass, and one thing I think Atoms is great at is giving you organic feeling, cinematic feeling, distorted, but not really distorted bass, like this one. Love that. If you need a sound like that, Atoms is the plugin for you. And one of my favorite sounds in Atoms is this atomic flute. So there are definitely usable sounds in there. I don't want to sound too negative. Like, yes, Atoms is cool. It's just not as versatile as I expected. I think when I heard Baby Audio would make a physical modeling synth, I expected a competitor to Object, Reason's Object. But what this one definitely doesn't try at all is going anywhere near realism. This is not a physical modeling synth for realism. This is a physical modeling synth for organic sounds with a lot of movement. Some stringy, fluty sounds, no realism. And I think that's fine, you just gotta know what you get into. Next, in this little song I was working on, I kept the bass and the mellotronish sound. I added a piano from Sound Factory. And I added some vocals later with a vocoder. And in the kind of dead spaces of the vocal line, I added another Adams patch and everything together. After that, I wanted to change the texture of the song a bit. I took out the mellotron part and added this new bass. Again, a very important part of this bass preset is this movement, this pulsing. But the lead synth, I struggled to find something I liked in Adams, and I ended up going with a different synth. Actually, this DCO 106 by Cherry Audio. A big thing I was missing with the Adams patches is you can't adjust the pitch bend range, or at least I didn't find out how. You can only pitch it up or down with the pitch wheel half a step, but usually I would like to have a whole step. And also, the mod wheel doesn't do anything. With most commercial synths, I would expect that the mod wheel of a controller is automatically programmed to do something so that you're able to perform something musical and alive feeling rather quickly, even with a synth, you know? With Adams, the mod wheel by default does nothing, and I haven't figured out a good way to make the mod wheel control anything in this synth. And I think it's a bit of an oversight because they're leaning into MPE, they're making this an MPE compatible synth. So yes, they are thinking of the current or groundbreaking current technology, of the new technology, future technology. But what about the technology we have right now? Like what about mod wheels, for example? So with this Cherry Audio lead, the Adams bass and the Sound Factory piano, which is free by the way, there's a little synth solo. And then in the second half, I'm layering the flute from earlier again. Again, I was very excited when I heard that Baby Audio were making a physical modeling synth, so much so that I reached out to Baby Audio and asked if I could get a reviewer's license, and I ended up becoming a Baby Audio affiliate. So if you want to purchase Adams, I explained if you're looking for some organic sounds with a lot of movement, this might be exactly the plugin for you. Consider buying it through the link in my description, because like that you get the plugin at the regular price, but also you're supporting the channel financially. I appreciate it. So it was a bit difficult to get into this video talking about this synth, because on one hand I was very grateful that Baby Audio gave the synth to me to review, to play with, to make music with. But on the other hand, I was a bit disappointed when I looked at the first other reviews out there, for example Alex Reed's, because I expected something different. Not necessarily something better, but something different definitely. It's no Reason Object. By the way, talking about Reason Object, I just released a video recently talking about free alternatives to Reason Object. So if you hoped that this would be your new physical modeling synth for realistic synthesis, you might be disappointed, but you can watch this other video right now. Have a great day. See you again soon. Bye.